Special for both teams.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. No familiarity at all, like you said, so I'm really interested to see how this one will play out. McMurry out of Abilene, Texas. They're coming into this one with a 2-5-1 record. They lost to their conference opener on Saturday against Concordia in Abilene. That was a 6-1 loss. Nicky Munoz scored the only goal in that match. He had a pretty good cameo. Only played 29 minutes, scored a goal, was really active. So I'm interested to see how he will play out today. He is starting today. He started on Saturday as well. So we'll run through that lineup. For the Warhawks, Brandon Walker starts in goal. Anthony Lucia, Julian Trevino, Brian Boyles comes in. He replaces Rocco Guevara. Arik Phillips comes in, replacing Pedro Yanes. Trey Castillo, Nick Munoz, Dylan Christian, Diego Aldama comes in to replace Jerry Montoya, Giovanni Burnett, and Preston Stall. Your starters for the Warhawks. Trinity come in. They've hit the rankings finally. 24th was their national ranking. Regional rankings 3rd. They come in 6-0-2 record. I forgot to update the win. They won their conference opener. It was a 5-0 win here on Saturday against Shriner. My player to watch for this one's John Connor Rule. He's sort of unsung because he doesn't get a lot of those big stats notes, doesn't score a ton, doesn't get a lot of assists because he's playing out of the back, but he does a lot of that grunt work at the back. We've seen it multiple times this year where he runs back to cover when there's a dangerous counter. And he's been their Iron Man. He's played the most minutes of anyone this season. He played 82 on Saturday. That was the most out of anybody. And he's starting again tonight. So he's been one of the few players that has started every single game this season. So we'll run through the lineup. Josh Lynch again gets the nod in goal. Alex Ramirez comes in. Bit of a surprise one there. He's replacing Adam Knutson up in that one. Louis Instraw returns. He replaces Tom Whitwell. Hunter Kane comes in, so he's got a good chance to push for the lead in the Golden Boot. Jason Suko's enjoying his run of starts, so he'll keep starting. Samuel Theis comes in to start. He's replacing Braden Shuey. And this is, I want to say, his first start. It is. So first start for Samuel Theis, and then the rest are unchanged. Mark Donnelly, Alex Baltov, Will Powell, Luke Chandler, and the Iron Man, John Connor Rule, all wrapping up the starting 11. So a few changes, but last weekend it was 5 changes, so not as dramatic. And definitely having a stable lineup helps you out as we hit the long conference run. But it's a warm one again today. This is me pulling up the weather app on my phone.
It's hot.
It's 91. It's 91, but I got to check what the feels like is.
91 on October 4th is diabolical anyway, so.
Oh, it's only 92 apparently, the feels like. Humidity's 32%, so. But
it's not the worst we've had.
We've had way worse. I'll tell you what, though. Normally there's a good breeze going.
Yep.
Not today. It's just still. Real still, so. You know, we'll see. But hey, next week we might hit the mid-80s. So
oh, that'd be nice.
That'd be real nice.
The sun is not punishing today.
Yeah, that's true. The sun, it doesn't feel like you're walking on the surface of the sun. So that is nice. And so players have been introduced. We are about to head to the anthem, so we will hold up while we go to the anthem so they don't pull us off YouTube, and we will be right back. All right, we are back. This player's going to shake hands as we get ready. So Trinity 11th in the Massey rating. McMurry 264th. Trinity are up 5 from last week. They're the #1 offense in the country according to the Massey ratings. They're #2 on the power rankings for Massey too, so definitely reflecting the form they're in. Massey's sort of AI projection says it's going to be 3-0, which is what they said for the Shriner game. So I think it's really the highest Massey ever calls. I don't think I've ever seen something really wild on the Massey ratings. But we don't have access to the RPI yet, so Massey's the closest we've got. But we think it's pretty accurate. It's going to be pretty close to what the RPI says, since that's going to be what determines things. I'm excited to see how things play out this year with the RPI and everything being national this year instead of regional. So we'll see what happens on that one. So it looks like we're going to have the Warhawks in the black going from left to right on your screen in the first half. Trinity, the Tigers, in the white going from right to left. Unless they've tricked me and they're going to all turn around in a second, but doesn't look likely. So the referees are all ready to go. Trinity in the huddle. Of course, the next match for McMurry is at Shriner, just up the road. And for Trinity, it's at Concordia, a little further up the road in Austin. Same road, I-35. Well, I guess it's not 35 exactly to get to Shriner. 281 to get to Shriner.
281.
Which is right here, so
right there.
Real convenient.
See how long they stay in the huddle today?
Yeah, the referee on Saturday kind of got a little sick of it in the second half. So, I would love to see one referee one day in any game just be like, you know what, you're ready, let's go. Team kicking off. So we'll see.
I mean, both teams are still in the huddle.
Both teams are
right
still
now,
in the huddle, and we've only just hit 5 o'clock, so we're not actually late. I think last week it was we started 10 minutes late after a huddle, so we'll see how that plays out. And then we've got a break today. There's a break between the men's and women's games today, so that kind of helps things along.
Following the men's game will be the women's game.
That'll be the same game. It's a doubleheader for both teams.
Trinity and McMurray. Right now,
So McMurray with the kickoff, which isn't surprising that Trinity won the toss, because this is the direction they like to go in for the first half. They like to go right to left in the first half, left to right in the second. It does typically mean the wind's with them in the first half, because the wind tends to blow from the right side goal, as you see it on your screen, over. And so that could help them get an earlier goal. So we'll see. Of course, the second huddle. Although, actually, they might have lost the toss now that I'm looking at how McMurray... I thought they were setting up to kick off, but looks like McMurray won the toss. There is the benefit to McMurray going this way is that the sun is in the goalkeeper's eyes just a bit in the first half.
Yeah, they were also already huddling over on this side when
that's the other thing.
Were out there.
Most of the time you win the toss and you're like, yeah, sure, we'll just stay how we are, right? But
that was always my motivation.
There are teams that insist on going a specific way or having an advantage. Like a lot of teams always, like Liverpool, going into the cop end on the second half. So, I don't think it matters a great deal. I think the sun thing is where it really matters. If you're going to have one half where the goalkeeper has to shield their eyes, that can matter more than anything else.
Yeah, especially when, the sun, its position throughout the game is going to change. So it's potentially, one half goalkeeper's going to get sun in the eyes, and then you switch halves, and that goalkeeper, he's not going to have to deal with it because the sun's in a completely different spot by that time.
Yeah, which is typically how it is for these earlier starts. The 5 o'clock start, sun's going to be in the eyes maybe for a little bit of the half, but by the time second half starts, sun's gone down enough that it's not impacting the keeper. So could be a reason McMurray went the way they did. But the Tigers started going forward quickly. Good ball, really good pass. Goes far post. Oh, it's controlled beautifully by Baltov. Just can't beat his man. Good recovery there as well defensively from Trey Castilla.
It's early in the game. Baltov likes to, he wants to bring it down. He wants to get that shot off early. I'm not sure turning back towards goal there, though, was the right decision. He had Donnelly on the top of the box. Maybe could have laid it off to a teammate for a shot from there, but you're right. It's a good defensive recovery there.
Yeah, he looked down at his feet like he was a little surprised it got through to him. And certainly in McMurray, it's a let-off, right? Because he was wide open in the box, which you never want to have someone wide open in the box. You never know what's going to happen. You gave him the time to turn, and he took it. Just didn't quite come off. But Baltov started on Saturday. He's done well. He did well in that start.
I've got more touches of the ball than Adam Knutson today.
You have had more touches than Adam Knutson today. It's one touch, although it was a handball. So,
it was a handball. It was.
So, there is that. But he'll make up for it and he'll smash one, So, but yeah, a pretty bright start for the Tigers. I think they'll be happy with the opening minutes. They're playing how they want to play, that quick movement up the wing, short passing when they get it at the end. And already a chance with the ball over the top. So a cross in that got over the defender. That's how they like to play. And it's worked for them a lot this year. They're the #1 offense in the country. So it's definitely been working out, which they'll definitely appreciate as the skate schedule gets tougher. They've still got the 2 tougher teams ranked, and they've got the teams ranked above them in the region still to come. So that will be the real test. Those are going to be really fascinating games. Southwestern's playing here in the not too distant future, and we've had a chance to see them a lot already playing here. So it's not like this is much of an away game for Southwestern when they come out. Oh, it's a great recovery defensively there from Eric Phillips.
Coaching staff there for McMurray just want their players to stay high. They won the ball in a good position there. Nobody ready, though, to jump on that counterattack. It could have been a good opportunity. Trinity were in their offensive shape, and so a little exposed at the back. But in terms of offensive shapes, Trinity's is pretty well set up to deal with a counterattack.
Yeah, I think part of that, which talked about sort of at the top of the game, is one of the players you have at the back is John Connor Rule.
Yep.
Who I don't actually have. I wish I had a stat. I don't have a sprint stat for him, but he's quick.
He's fast. He's really fast. His recovery speed is unreal.
He's been really crucial for Trinity this year in stopping counters. So a lot of teams, because it's not a bad way to play Trinity, who are often a very strong side, is try to hit them on the counter, because they do commit forward. Trinity is not afraid to commit forward. But one of those players forward is John Connor Rule, who can sprint the pitch very quickly. We saw that on Saturday. Sharona had a really good counter. That was a great opportunity for them. Probably their best of the match. And John Connor Rule just made this phenomenal run back when it looked like a play. It was absolutely clean through on goal. So they do get forward, but when you've got a player like John Connor Rule on the pitch who can run that fast back, I think it's the headband, honestly. Makes him more streamlined. Yeah, just a bit of a foul there. Nothing too serious. Just got him. There was a big penalty shout on Saturday that you might have missed. That was, I thought, Shriner had a very strong case for a penalty. I thought Shriner also could have had a strong case. There was a strong case for a red against Shriner earlier in the game as well, where just hacked him down from behind. It was brutal. But to be fair, the Trinity bench wasn't going up for a red at all, so there wasn't any real aggro about it. But it was one of those fouls that I'm sure you've seen plenty of, where they just, you can see it. You know that's what they're going to do. Good chance here, though, for Kane. Fought for it, but it's going to run out. It's a decision for the assistant. It's going to give it to Trinity. But yeah, just was one of those challenges where you know what's happening. You can see the player just get something in their eyes, like, I'm getting this guy. And you knew he was going to challenge. He got beat, and you knew he was going to take him down from behind. You saw it coming. Those were easy as a referee, but oh, you hated it every time. I definitely had games where I was like, don't, where I yelled at a player, don't even think about it when I saw it happening. Decent run, had to jump to get away from a challenge, did Instrel, cleared away. Rule gets on there, it's going to go out for a throw. Well shepherded out there by Julian Trevino. And a throw for McMurray just inside the Trinity half. I don't think they'll be too upset with their start either, McMurray. Out contested there though. Ball goes forward. Kane just a little too far right to receive it. John Connorall, his control is so good that he was tripping and he still gathered possession.
McMurray a little lucky there that ball's gone out of play because Hunter Kane could have been away on goal. I think the whistle, he doesn't even get the touch in the end, but I think that's partially due to the fact that he hears the
Heard the whistle and
as it's
down.
coming to him. So
yeah, one of those balls where you're hitting it to loop around the defender and it just runs out of space. So it goes out, comes back in. Good work from the AR right on the line. So he's able to see when it crosses the line. That's what you want from the third team on the pitch. And the referee had a hunch too because he was looking over. That's a beautiful through ball. Good opportunity to send it in. Good block defensively from McMurray. Controlled again, though, by Powell. Blocked a really beautiful ball to Powell. Cross was good, too. Just cut out by McMurray. It's going to be cleared away. Stays in play, though. Tigers still on it. Instrel. Swung in. That header was needed from Preston Stoll. Puts it out for a corner, but that would have been a pretty easy look at goal without that header. We'll get another look at this ball in from Powell. Oh, it took a touch too as well. I missed that initial touch. That probably just did enough.
yeah, I will say, watching that there, Powell does really well. As he gets in behind, he just takes a second to slow down and survey the players that are in the box. You can see his eyes look up to the middle. It's really well done from him. It just gets the deflection on its way through.
We didn't see a lot of this short corner play on Saturday against Schreiner, but they're back to it. I think Schreiner did have someone marking for the short corner basically every time, so they'd really looked at the tape and seen Trinity going to it a lot. Something they haven't been going to as much as the season's gone on, but they have scored some goals from it this year.
And just getting some instruction from the bench here to take an extra touch on these. They're talking about the first two of them being mishit when they tried them, so we'll see if they can make it a little better here.
There was that extra touch. Has a go, looped in, just curls too far around. I think he was one that had to sit down and drop in. The wind picked up like right before he kicked it too, so that probably didn't help the scenario there for the Tigers. Ball goes out for a goal kick. About 10 minutes gone in this one. Still scoreless between the Tigers and the Warhawks. Donnelly flicks it forward. Kane was busy covering the goal kick. Rule heads it on. Touch just a little heavy for McMurray. Flicked on. They're going to head it back to the keeper. It's a good header. Gets enough weight on it to make sure it goes in the box. The last thing you want with that is one that sits up on the edge of the area. So it does well to head it straight into the box. Keeper claims. Kane thought about going for that. The keeper put the ball on the ground. Kane, for a second, thought about coming forward, thought better of it.
He's a workhorse. He loves to run. He loves to put pressure on players. He just wants to work. He wants to prove why he's out there on the field all the time.
That's just another one of those balls that you just put a little too much on. It goes out. It's a throw for the Tigers.
They wanted to take it quick there, but
Yeah,
good cover from
yeah.
McMurray there.
Yeah, Warhawks covered it well, and so it removed the quick opportunity. Those quick throws can be dangerous. Catch plays out. You can't be offside off the throw, so if you can take it quick. There's John Connorall's speed really paying off again. Good ball too to find Ramirez. Ball goes out wide for Powell again. Powell making a run, goes right. It's back for Powell. He's onside. Cuts inside. Touches there. But it's a goal kick in the end for McMurry. So we'll get another look at this. It was well stopped by Powell to cut it back. Vital touch there defensively from Brian Boyles, which made the shot harder. Couldn't control it. Goes out for a goal kick again for McMurray. Big boot gets it past halfway. Tigers back on it. That's a beautiful turn. Through ball comes. Was looking for Theis, but it's well rushed out by the keeper. But that was a beautiful turn. That whole chance was made by that turn. Can't let players turn like that. Into space. Good through ball too. Just keeper quick enough to get onto that. Brandon Walker. He has made 25 saves this season, so he's been busy. Neither team able to get it into the deck. It's going to be a free kick. Just a little too physical there from Ramirez. Makes it a free kick. Call from the bench was it's got to be all the way in the box, and then he immediately squares it.
Yeah, I think originally the coaching staff trying to communicate to them not to take it quickly, the quick ball was not on. And then they took it quickly, and they have possession still, so you can't say it didn't work.
Yeah, but it's going absolutely the wrong way. And you think maybe if they swung it into the box, which is what the coaching staff wanted,
yeah, maybe it would have
been a much better opportunity. Because now Kane is through, doesn't have a lot of support, so he is going to have to go himself, which he does. There's a rush there to keep it in, but it's run out, and it's going to be a goal kick. Kane got through, but because of where the ball was going, he was always having to run away from goal to get it. Made it a hard shot.
Yeah, I don't mind that from Kane there. He didn't have a lot of options on, and he's got a powerful left foot, so to take a shot from there is not the worst idea. Maybe could have held it longer, waited for some teammates, but he had pressure on him. I think it's a good decision from him, and again, it's what you want from a striker. You want them to be selfish in front of goal.
Yeah, but he's scored 7 goals this season. He's tied for the Golden Boot on the team. I think he's got the right to have that. And like you said, the pressure was there, right? So if he holds on to it, maybe he gets dispossessed. Like, the options weren't coming terribly quickly, and so I think the shot was the right choice there, even if it didn't quite come off for the Tigers. I think you could be happy with it. Happy with getting a look. Beautiful little touch there from Kane. Switches on. Comes to Baltov.
It's a brilliant switch.
Well controlled too from Baltov. Ramirez. Good positioning from John Connor Rule to get back. Will be there for the pass. All ball.
Wow.
He goes to ground, but that was absolutely all ball from both players.
Great tackle from Instrol to follow as well. Oh.
Beautiful through ball. It's just going to be cleared away. Yeah, but that was champagne football.
Yeah, I think it's starting to click a little bit more for Trinity here in this attacking third. They're starting to get into a good rhythm.
Just need that final little touch. Oh, 2 McMurray players get in the way. Powell's there. Looking for some options.
Wow.
Switches on. Rule calls for it. Another good switch. So Rule calls for players forward. Wanted Theis to come for it.
Yeah, he wanted a teammate to show. He's trying to get him to show to him. Maybe take a one-touch pass straight back to him, get him in a different position with different body shape. Sometimes as a defender, that's what you feel like you need to do. You need to bounce it off of a midfielder to get the flow of the game going again. And the options just weren't really doing what he wanted there. But it's early. People still trying to figure out their defenders. A lot of these battles across the field have turned into 1v1 battles where the team players just got to figure out how to beat their man.
Yeah, I mean, we're barely, 15 minutes in?
Yeah.
So, you know, the side's plenty of time. Another good pass from Kane, just cut out well. That's good work defensively there from Lycia. Cleared away by Rule. That's his speed playing off again. Hoofed it straight up, but it went far enough.
And that's really well done from JC Rule there, because he was in a very awkward position. That ball was at an awkward height. He was recovering in an awkward shape. All of that was just not set up for JC Rule to have success there. As a defender myself, that's one that's really hard to deal with. It's not the way you want to see the ball traveling, but he's dealt with it. He got it away. Problem dealt with for the moment.
Yeah, look, job number one as a defender, right, is to just get rid of the ball, make sure there's not dangerous opportunities. If you can get a pass, that's great, but that's not your first job. And so that's exactly what he did there. He got rid of it, got it away, got it far enough that it wasn't going to be dangerous. That's all you can ask. So throw in here for McMurray in the attacking third. Good clearance to keep it a throw and not a corner. Like we talk a lot about, that's a dangerous corner. It's a hard corner to take from because you've got to come down the hill. Ball eventually runs out. Goal kick for Trinity. It's parents' weekend, so speaking to Paul McGinley before the game, he wants to make sure he impresses the parents. Always important. Of course, we know they're always watching the stream anyway, so always looking to impress the parents. But special night, you always want to do well on the special nights. That was a really good pressure there from McMurray. I believe that was Eric Phillips there, putting that pressure on. Really high press, which just didn't seem to be dealt with especially well there by Trinity.
I think Chandler's having a similar complaint right now to what JC Rule was just having, that there's just not a lot of movement when the defenders have the ball. And there it is, Powell comes back for the ball, and you can see how much different already this build is because of just that subtle little bit of movement.
Yeah, and that might be helped by the fact that Powell plays defensively at times as well. He's playing a bit more advanced today. Oh, just got stuck under him, kind of came off his rear end there. Did well, though. He stuck his leg out enough. He knew enough where the ball was to put it out for a corner.
For a second, there might have been a worry that I have no clue where that ball was going to go. Just kind of bounced around underneath him for a second.
You could see in that replay he's looking for the ball, but he felt it brush against the back of his shin. He knew where it was, and he just kind of stuck his foot out, I think, guessing where it was, but he guessed right. Ball comes in, it goes too far, it's going to run out. For a goal kick, that's Trinity's other corner tactic, where they just pack everybody in front of the keeper.
Try and put an in-swinger right on top of the goalkeeper who's struggling to move under all that pressure. It's a similar strategy that Arsenal have been implementing the last year and a half or so. It's worked really well for them. So it's a good strat to try and replicate for yourselves.
Yeah, it has been working well for Arsenal. Landon Snyder, the substitute, comes in. First-year midfielder out of Frisco for McMurray. So, spent his youth playing in the shadows of FC Dallas. That was a high boot. It goes long. Keeper's going to let it run and claim it. Does Josh Lynch. Throws it out wide for Powell. Yeah, a little surprised there wasn't a call for the high boot, but I think the referee might have been unsighted of it. McMurray back on it. It's a good little passage here for McMurray.
Yeah, they've impressed me so far today. You know,
Beautiful
obviously.
ball. Eric Phillips kept it in. That's blocked. Has it taken a double deflection? Yeah. Well, it's actually a triple deflection. It's his corner.
Yeah, no, they've impressed me to start today. When you hear 6-1 loss to Concordia last week, you have assumptions about how a team's going to come out, and that's not the way they've played today. The Warhawks have held Trinity for the first few minutes here and have shown some elements of danger themselves as well. And now they've got a corner kick to try and make something happen from the hardest corner kick in the world in that corner over there.
Yeah, I like kind of the way they're taking this, actually. It's just ignoring the tree altogether. Outswing it, I think, is the right choice here. Oh, that was dangerous. Bounced in the box. Got around it, but got under it. Got real under it, did McMurray. And now cleared away by the Tigers. That's probably the most panicked we've seen the Tigers defensively in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely the hardest corner in the world to take from. Really difficult. Just saw the Trinity coaching staff over a clipboard and a piece of paper working some stuff out. And now looks like Paul McGinley's going over to talk with
Yep.
some substitutes and work on something. So
And there's been a good number of substitutes warming up. One of them, notably, Adam Knutson.
Adam Knutson, Kane's going to be kicking himself if he loses the Golden Boot race. Those two all Saturday were just going one after the other to make sure that the other didn't get a clear lead. So they're both tied for the Trinity Golden Boot race right now. Throw in comes. And I think it just
Good
got kind of
flick.
lost in the sun. Beautiful flick on. Gathered by Theis. Good challenge to put it out. That's all you could really ask defensively there.
That's really good center forward play from Hunter Kane there. He had a significant height disadvantage there. Still wins his header, flicks it on. It stays in play, gives Theis the opportunity to win the throw there. And now Trinity can maybe have a spell of their own, pin McMurray back and start to play the way that they want to play, the way that we've seen them play for most of the season.
Yeah, Hunter Kane 5'7", the shortest defender on the park for McMurray is 5'11". So slight height mismatch. We're seeing a bit of a line change here from the Tigers. Some regulars coming in.
Looks like five subs. About a 50% of the
almost half the
team.
outfield players.
Yeah.
But you mentioned it. Knutson's one of them. I saw Cam Smith. In fact, I think we're getting.
Oh, they're adding two more.
So 7.
I'm not surprised. Coach McGinley likes to change things up. He likes to be drastic in the way he substitutes. When he sees something wrong, he's going to address it. He's not one to hold punches, hold back. He gets right to it. And that's kind of what we're seeing with this substitution plan.
Yeah, and especially now, McMurray's really starting to get a bit of a foothold right now, and so make some changes. Good ball in, cleared away well.
Really well done by Baltov there under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and defensively not his natural position, so really good work from Baltov. They've actually switched Baltov right into the centre-back line now, whereas he has been playing this left wing. Offside.
Well, I think that's part of that Trinity rotation that they do with the three defensive midfielders. Ramirez will drop in right now.
Which is exactly what's happening now.
So Baltov is now able to get high as you see him make that run. But in defense, he'll drop all the way back as that fourth defender alongside Powell as well.
But it allows him to stay forward for this one. Runs out of space, though. It's going to be a throw.
It's a good body feint from him there to open space up. Just couldn't get his touchback on it.
So a throw in for McMurray. Yeah, I mean, look, Trinity have started slow in a lot of games too. They've had, we saw that one big, what was it, 6-0, 6-1, where they scored 5 of the 6 in the second half. So, it's not unusual for them to take more than 20 minutes to get going. We're 25 minutes into the first half, and it's still scoreless between Trinity and McMurray.
No, and I'll tell you, I talked to Hunter Kane and Will Powell last week before their game, and the two of them both shared the sentiment that part of the reason Trinity has had so much success this year is because of the depth they have, and that's why they theorized that's part of why they were such a second-half team early in the season, because while other teams had this group of 13 guys that were playing pretty much the whole game, Trinity could sub, and the energy levels just never dropped.
Yeah, and I think on top of that, the players get really excited for the other guys coming on. There's no thought of, I'm trying to think of what, obviously there's a hierarchy, right? But there's no,
selfish ego.
Yeah, there's no
about
ego
it,
to it. There's no fear about your position. There's no fear about, kind of this guy do well. Although there is this nice friendly rivalry right now between Kane and Knutson for the Golden Boot. But there's no fear
He's
that
being held back there.
And he's actually going to go back and call it. To be honest, though, you could argue that was a big enough advantage.
You could. You definitely
could. He got clean through on goal and had a go. So, but referee disagrees with that, and he'll say, no, wasn't a clear advantage. Because he could have had a, like, I think the referee's argument would be, yeah, but it would have been an even better chance if he wasn't held back. So he's going to come back and call it. I think a player went down there, hopefully not into the siding, because that...
No, so what I think happened is Hunter Kane, he's through. He takes a touch that's too big. Defender gets there first, clears the ball away. But as any player on the field, when you commit to clearing the ball or hitting the ball that hard, you're opening your body up a lot, especially on your follow-through. And Hunter Kane, in turn, is also going for that same 50-50 ball, gets there a second late, and just kind of collides, I think, into the rib cage is what it seemed like to me.
Chest issues there.
So it's just a coming together of two players there. It's really unfortunate. It can happen a lot, though, in that type of situation where a defender back to goal being forced to clear while an attacker's running full speed at him.
But luckily, gets to his feet, stays on. So always good to see players. We might even be having a complete lineup now. Trinity keep adding players to this change.
I see 8.
We're up to 8. So 2 players are going to survive. I bet one of them's going to be John Connor.
I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, so free kick now. Stepped over by Instraw, chipped in. Great header there defensively from Landon Snyder. Blocked again, but it stays in play. Flicked on there.
I don't know what
by
that was.
Kane. The header comes off the line. Shot through again, just wide. From Samuel Theis.
That was 3 really good chances.
3 great chances. 2 really great defensive actions right on the line. So a lot of changes to the Tigers. I'm just going to run you through who stays on, but
look at this Hunter Kane touch here. I thought he was going to bike it for a second, then he flicked it. And then Donnelly with the header, cleared off the 6. Falls for Suko, who hits it on the volley. Wow.
I think
2 center backs. That's it. That's all it stayed on, I think.
Yeah, that's looking like what it is. John Connor Rule definitely stayed.
Chandler as well.
And Chandler did stay on. There he is, yeah. Those are the only 2 that stay on, which is unsurprising. It's unsurprising that the 2 center backs are the ones that stay on. They're usually your workhorses.
Yeah, I also have to say, playing center back, it's a good deal less running, I think, than most other positions on the field. You got a lot of short sprints, but you're not necessarily running a marathon like the wing backs in this formation run a marathon.
Trey, you're too much, Trey. Stay in there.
All of a sudden, this pattern of play has changed as well. McMurry have dropped so deep into their own half. And there's that speed from J.C. Rule as well. Recovering there.
Trey, you don't have to go in the middle. Just talk to Diego.
Wow, this has been a back and forth period here.
Yeah, really back and forward for a while here. We'll see though, those changes seem to have brought some new energy to Trinity.
Yeah. A lot of new energy right now, and Mayfield is opening a lot of space if they can get it to him. A little slow.
And so now, Trinity working it on the right again. Oh, sold his defender out there. He's got clean through, but he had to slow down. And so recovered there defensively by McMurray. Tried to kick it off him to get a goal kick. It didn't come off. Now the Tigers still with it, but having to go back and reset.
One thing to note right now, Braden Shuey is playing as that 3rd defensive player when they have the ball. But he's not doing what they've been doing most of this season, which is dropping between the 2 center backs and leaving 3 behind. This is definitely an attacking tactical change from Trinity. They're only leaving 2 behind the ball in possession now. Instead of their normal 3, they're trying to push more bodies forward. They've clearly noticed early on that they need more of a presence in that final third.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely seeing that happen for the Tigers. Rule hangs back a little bit, which allows him to win that header. Cam Smith forward for Knutson. Under a lot of pressure, turns beautifully. Third is one too many. Just slightly too physical there, says the referee. And we'll have a free kick for the Tigers. Played it on quickly. Again, out wide rights. Swung in, cleared away. Touch doesn't work out there for McMurray. Smith blocked on the cross. Back out to Smith. Has to go back to Rule to maybe open up some space here.
Well, Rule had to cover a lot of ground to provide that option there, and that's one thing that will happen with this change tactically where Shuey, that last defensive midfielder, pushes a little further. It's going to be a little bit more running from the center backs.
Cleared away.
Out onto the street.
Oh. No, it caught in the tree and bounced back in. So going to be a corner here for the Tigers. 15 minutes left in the half. Still scoreless between Trinity and McMurray. Cleared away though. Out for Smith. Smith has options there. Goes out to Dugan. Back to Smith again on the left. Crossed in. Good touch away from McMurray. Knutson's on the ball. Looks up, looks for options. Gets around one. It's come off his shin though. So it would be a goal kick if it runs out. Although I guess McMurray didn't think so because he played that away. Maybe there was a second touch there.
Yeah, I think Aiden Perales' run just put a lot of pressure on the defense there as well to keep that ball in play. I think they might have thought Perales was going to get around his shoulder to keep it in.
Dugan has a go. I think the keeper had it covered anyway, but a good header to put it away for another Trinity corner.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Yep, 100%. Get rid of it. So corner here for the Tigers again. Swung in, far post. McMurray get enough bodies in the way though. Knutson's going to run back to get it. Lets it run out for a throw.
And that's really been the first corner today that Trinity have had a real chance of getting a header on it. You know, we've seen a lot of short corners. We've seen a few corners go directly into the middle. But I think the coaching staff have been frustrated by the quality of the balls into the box today. Just looked over a moment ago when there was one that got blocked at the first man, and they weren't happy. But Knutson, he's decent at balls into the box.
Beautiful passing movement here from the Tigers. Smith swung across. Keeper got a touch. Just put enough on it, probably. Cleared away. Lot of McMurray bodies between the ball and the goal. It's another corner for the Tigers.
And give a lot of credit to Zach Anderson there. He pulls in a lot of the defenders, which opens up that space out wide for Cam Smith to get such a quality cross into the middle.
Corner comes in, far post.
Oh, it's another good one.
Just above Rule. It's going to run out. Is it another corner? It is. 8th corner of the night for Trinity.
Zach Anderson's a bit of a Swiss Army knife, can do a little bit of everything. And so far in this one, he's bringing a lot of energy to the Trinity side and providing some of the things that they need right now.
Oh, another good corner. Just couldn't get on the end of it. Chandler goes out for a goal kick. Really good passage there for the Tigers. So the goal kick coming.
Oh, so close from Luke Chandler there. It's a great ball. Back post, lofted up there. Chandler just needs the deftest of touches there, and it's in.
So many players in the box, in around that 6-yard box even. Cam Smith. Front end line for Knutson. Flicked it round.
Great switch.
Yeah, really good switch. Well controlled. Good pass. Coming in for Lopez. Oh, that's a beautiful pass for Shuey. But too close to the keeper who saves.
No, but it's brilliant build up there. Shuey had a lot of space. As you said, the ball into Shuey was spectacular. It gave him the space to shoot. You know, he took a first touch there, which I thought maybe would have closed down the angle to shoot, but it's a credit to the quality of the pass that that ball comes in and he has time to take a touch in such a dangerous area and still not get closed down, still have the time to look up, have a decent effort, which is powerful effort along the ground, just too close to the keeper.
Switch comes in here. He's calling for it, got it. So an opportunity.
Trinity switching play and coming back into the middle a lot more with these substitutes now, which I think is going to be a key going forward. Make this McMurry backline move and work hard.
Headed away. Tried to turn, but well dealt with by Anderson. Shuey on the ball now. Goes out wide for Smith. Little ball back for Knutson. Looks up, surveys the options, makes a turn. And lays it off for Smith again. He stays there, does Knutson. He's going to get the ball back. Chipped, far post. There's a man there for it. McMurray gets there first, though. Headed away. Anderson regathers for the Tigers. For Dugan. Sold out his defender, makes a run into the middle. Knutson, you can't let him turn. They don't let him turn, but they don't do it legally. So it's a free kick for the Tigers in a dangerous position. Knutson scored from here early in the season. Almost this exact same spot. It's a dangerous opportunity here.
Knutson's walking away from it. Mayfield came straight over. As soon as that free kick was there, he had a look in his eyes. I think he's going to be the one to take it, although K. Dugan over it as well. Could be either of them. And again, Knutson opening up this space to the far side, forcing a defender to come all the way over to that side, which opens up space for his teammates.
Oh, it's a great shot! Just wide. Curling well, got it around the wall. Just didn't get enough bend on it. Didn't have quite enough space. Goes out for a goal kick. So changes coming here for McMurray.
It's a brilliant set piece from Luke Mayfield here. Doesn't go over the wall. Likes to try and go around it, try and tuck it into that corner there. It's a really good effort. It almost finds that corner. From that distance, though, and you talk about a lot of the time free kicks. You have to get it up and over the wall. It's really hard to do that, although McMurray coming the other way.
This is very quick around the other way.
But yeah, no, a lot of the time when you have a free kick, it's very close to goal, and it's hard to get that spin enough to get up and down back on target. So it gets up over the wall and then down under the crossbar. Mayfield there, he had a lot more space. I'm surprised he didn't try and do just that. Elected to go for the spin instead.
Free kick here for McMurray, called by the AR. On the far side, just slid in, caught the player.
Get him around and then go inside. You're in. Second ball. Pedro. Again.
A beautiful little flick there for Dugan. Perales looks to get the ball out from his feet. He does. Smith. Chance to swish. John Connor rule on it. He's looking for options. Back for Smith. Smith sends it in the middle to Knutson. Culver's turn, and he does. Switches beautifully on a dime.
What a touch as well from Mayfield.
Yeah, Mayfield in some space. Sent in. Just couldn't flick it on as much as they wanted there, the Tigers. But they're back in possession again. Goes forward, maybe a little too much on it. It's going to run out. For a goal kick as we have the last 5 minutes of the first half.
Just a moment of miscommunication there between Zach Anderson and Braden Shuey. Just not on the same page. It's a good ball from Shuey if the run is made, and it's good positioning from Zach if the pass goes to feet. But they're just not on the same page, and I think that's been some of the story of this first half today for Trinity. It's not clicking right now like it has in some of these other games.
Yeah. Throw for the Tigers. Cam Smith with it. Tight contest on the sideline.
Yeah, Herbie, you can help us. Get the thrower.
Knutson. Back for Smith. Yeah, I thought they should have pushed up there. Would have been an easy offside. But they stay with it, and so Smith stays onside. But it would have been easy because he was just watching the play develop. You could have easily caught him off if you advanced up the line. Corner kick here for the Tigers. 4 minutes to play in the first half, still scoreless. Swung in by Dugan, far post. Rule was lurking, just couldn't fall to him. McMurray does enough work. Defender gets there, cleared away the second time of asking. Throw in again for the Tigers.
Knutson going to use the bleachers for his long throw here.
Oh, referee's not liking something. And then they come short after that. Dugan now swung in.
Great ball.
Good header away too defensively. Oh. Anderson has a go. Just a little high and wide.
Just rising too much. When you strike it on the volley like that, it's going to be rising. That's why you got to strike through with so much of a follow through, because you want it to be a low ball in that rises as it continues. And you'll see here, just always rising. Still, even when it hits the net, it's still rising. So if Zach Anderson can just keep it lower initially, let it rise as it goes towards goal, it'll find that top corner, but it's a great effort.
Just rising as he hit it, right? Like it's a half volley, the ball's going up. It just didn't quite sit right for him. But he got the right amount of power on it, and so it would have been really difficult to deal with for the keeper. Just was off target. Good turn there from Anderson. Yeah, Anderson's been looking for goals too this season.
Wow.
Knutson sent forward. Perales out for Smith in a lot of space. Slipped though. Just caught the pitch a little bit, I think, there.
Yeah, saw a little bit of dirt pop up when he hit it there.
Yeah, there were some issues. So last Saturday they actually had the players warm up on the other pitch and just do the last 5 minutes here to try and keep the pitch in a good condition for the rest of the season, because it's been very dry. Headed away well defensively. I mean, look, McMurray has 10 players in the box to defend that. So it's going to need to be something special off a corner to score.
Yeah. The players are crashing well for Trinity. Like, the bodies are there in the box. They just can't make contact. Although, there it is. Oh!
That's hit the back of the nets. Keeper came. Couldn't get there, though, in the end. He came across well, full stretch. But a beautiful header puts it away. And it's 1-0. Trinity finally break through. Luke Mayfield with his first goal of the season. We're getting a look. Beautiful long throw flicked on really well. It's that flick on header that makes the difference. 1-0 for Trinity.
Just flicked on by Braden Shuey there at that near post. He gets up, wins it well, flicks it on. I've talked about it a lot this season. You know, when that first ball's coming in, you know where the runs are going. You've got your marks. You're ready for the ball. You turn, it comes in. You look up, you see the ball. All of a sudden, it's flicked, and it's in a whole different area. You're out of position. You're out of shape. You're not ready. But Trinity is, because they knew it was coming. They crashed that back post. Nobody on McMurry home at the back post, and Luke Mayfield tucks it home.
Yeah, well finished by Mayfield. Keeper's so busy covering the other space that he's out of position to cover that one. Good header across as well from Shuey. Gets his second assist of the season. Third of his career. The goal, though, to Mayfield, his first of the season, third of his career.
Lots of credit to Adam Knutson as well. Great long throw.
Beautiful
from
long
him.
throw. We'll see if they give him the secondary assist. They do give him out in college, so
Every once in a while.
9, 8,
I don't think they're going to give it for a throw, though.
5, 4, 3.
So that's going to be half-time. They will throw it in, but that's about it. So half-time, Trinity get the goal that they were looking for, but a really strong defensive performance from McMurray keeps it 1-0 at half-time. We're going to be back in about 14 minutes with the second half. We'll see you back then. All right, we are back here for the second half. This is the match stats for you. 9 shots to 0 for Trinity. 3 shots on goal. So 2 saves for McMurray. 5 fouls to 3. It's been a pretty fair game. Even those fouls were more 50-50s that just didn't quite come off. 1 offside to McMurray. 10 corners, though. That's a sort of telling stat. It's been interesting. The possession's 68% for Trinity.
Yeah, more than 50% of that, 68% for Trinity, coming in the final fourth of that field, all the way over where Josh Lynch is now situating himself for this second half.
Yeah, a lot of that's been on either wing. Luke Mayfield, the only player with multiple shots, and he's the only player with a goal. 1-0. As we get ready for the second half, McMurray kicks us off, sends it back, and then sends it long. Headed by Rule. Well, it turns out I was lying about the sun, because the sun's actually hit the eyes of the McMurray keeper, and it wasn't really in the eyes of Josh Lynch at all, thanks to the cloud cover.
Yeah, it feels like it's just come out from behind lots and lots of cloud, I guess. It got really bright here all of a sudden.
It did. It really brightened up. And we do have the lights on, but they're not having any impact yet.
No, the first half was a bit darker than this.
It was a little bit dreary. There is a lot of cloud out behind us here, so you can't really see it on the broadcast, but there is a lot of cloud there. So I'm guessing the sun just peeked out from one of those clouds. Going to make life real difficult for Brandon Walker in the Warhawks net. So 1-0 as we get going in the second half. It was a good, well-taken goal from Luke Mayfield. They have given Adam Knutson a secondary assist for the throw-in. It was a good header too from Shuey. Great throw to find him.
Yeah, we've been saying it was just all these balls into the box. We're never finding a Trinity head. Finally, found 2 in a row. Ends up in the back of the net.
And I mean, look, it helped the Warhawks. The reason it wasn't finding a Trinity head wasn't because of Trinity. It was the Warhawks. They had 10 of their 11 players in the box. They were just defending everything. They were really putting their bodies on the line. I'm sure we're still going to see that in this second half. So they're 1-0 down. Of course, they are going to lose one of those nationally ranked schools next year. Because this is Trinity's last season. It's been a motivating factor for Trinity. Paul McGinley's talking about it eagerly, that he wants to leave SCAC as champions.
It's been a few years as well since they last won it. When I talked to Hunter Kane and Will Powell for my piece in the school paper on the game last week, both of them shared sentiment of wanting to win the SCAC for the first time in each of their careers.
Yeah, which it's unusual. It's been a long time, and Trinity doesn't often go a long time without winning SCAC. They've still made the tournament because there's still a lot of good teams in the region. But of course, now regional rankings won't matter. It's going to be all national with the RPI, so I'm excited to see how that plays out. Maybe we'll see some different teams here. Trinity will certainly put in the host, so we'll see what happens. Will Powell, that pass was almost too good to Will Powell because he was still running as it came off his leg. But Instrel back on it. Nutmegs his man. The Powell's offside.
I think a notable change for this second half, which is just a statement of intent from Trinity. Set pieces are going to be a big thing. Ethan Cowdery seemingly has come in at It looks like he's playing left in this formation. I don't know that he will play it as Will Powell and Cam Smith have played it in the past, but he's a big man in the middle, and he'll be definitely getting in there for set pieces.
The assistant referee just sticking his flag up to get the attention of the referee. Player's gone down, looking in a bit of bother.
Yeah, well behind the play as well.
Yeah, I think he originally went down while play was here.
Yeah.
The referee, the assistant raised his flag straight away to try and get the referee's attention, but it just didn't work. So he put the flag down while play continued, and then as they started turning back, he stuck his flag back up to try and get the attention of the referee. Worked. Player's going to come off and get some treatment. Hopefully be okay, but he was certainly grimacing on the ground, so hopefully everything's okay. He's sort of favouring his leg there. So hopefully he'll be okay. Always good that he's able to walk off though. Got a little bit of support, but we didn't need to crack out a stretcher or anything. I know we've got one around here, but I've never seen anybody actually have to use it. I know there's one here somewhere.
I don't know if I've ever seen in any game beyond or lower than the professional level a stretcher used.
I have. In a game I was refereeing, a guy broke his leg. So
there you go.
So by stretcher, I mean we called an ambulance and they came out and picked him up.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things. One of the worst things I've ever seen was a guy had a heart attack on a pitch in an over 40s game, and we had to run out with the defibrillator and get him going. There just happens to be, it's just one of these small world stories. Guy at the game, it was the World Masters Games. Guy was there watching his friend play, and he sees the guy go down. I was working as venue supervisor for the event, and he comes over, he sees me standing off to the side looking concerned. He goes, "Hey, is that guy okay? Is he having a heart attack?" And I go, "Yeah, he is actually." What? And he goes, "Well, I sell defibrillators. I've got one in the back of my car. Do you need it?" I go, "Yeah, please. Can you go grab it?" And then I grab the guys that own the venue and I go, "Look, this guy's got a defibrillator. We need one for this event." Signed a contract right there on the spot. Guy did great. We went and checked in with him in hospital. But thank God for those sort of devices that we have now. Good turn there from Rule. Earns the corner. Not what he wanted. He's a little frustrated to only come away with the corner there.
Yeah, I think he wanted that initial header off the ball in originally to go better. He made first contact with it. It kind of fell to his feet. He picked it back up, looked to put the cross in, wins a corner. But he wanted to loft it back in for his teammates earlier.
Goes far post. Just a little heavy there from the Tigers.
They want Chandler at that back post. They found him on one of the road stints earlier in the year. Chandler got his goal, got a SCAC Defensive Player of the Week award alongside it, but that's how they got it, scoring around at that back post and tucking it in, and they were looking for him there. He's lining up there consistently, just couldn't find him there. It's a few times in this game they've looked for him at that back post.
Yeah, it was 6'1", Glaswegian. He's a good target there on the far post.
Great ball from Suko there to find Hunter Kane, who was making the run. He called for it well as well.
Good work defensively. Puts it out for a throw. It's going to go out for a corner this time.
Corner starting to mount for Trinity in this second half, although they had quite a few in the first half. 13 total now.
Knutson comes in as the offensive player of the week, so he'll be looking to add. Must have been a tough choice with both Trinity front men scoring braces. Rule does well to gather that, lays it off well, sent in, but just a little too much on it from the Tigers. Goal kick.
It's just bouncing a little bit for Donnelly there. I think he wants to get over it, strike it hard and low. So he's coming up to it. He's trying to line himself up to strike it as hard as he can. And it just bounces up a little bit more maybe than he's anticipating, gets under it too much and sends it high.
Good ball, long ball. Vital touch. It takes him away from goal. Chandler needed to do that. Beautiful shot, but just goes across the face. Really, really good work there
And let me
from Arik Phillips.
say that header that you pointed out from Chandler, that slight touch he gets is so important looking back now because of the fact this shot from such a tight angle is really good. Almost finds the back of the net. Let's think about Chandler doesn't get that touch. He's in behind. He's central. He gets to take that shot from a much better position. We could be 1-1 right now if not for that very slight touch.
Yep, just got enough on it to push him further wide.
Yep.
If that wasn't there, that's 1-1 without a question. Really great shot from Phillips.
No, and it's one of those defenders don't get a lot of credit for a slight touch like that. In fact, maybe people will even say he should have had a better header there, but even that slight of touch, as a defender, you put somebody off just a tiny bit. Your goal should be to make it as hard as possible for the other team to score. Make that XG, expected goals, as little as you possibly can.
Make it as low as possible. That's always the mission. XG can be a really good indicator of how a game's gone. We don't track it, obviously, at this level, but it can be a really good indicator of how a game's gone. If the XG is higher, a team's had a lot of good chances. Of course, the penalty is always going to skew it because it's at 0.85 XG, which feels low, in my opinion. Far post. Theis just couldn't get on it. Recovered well. Wins a corner for the Tigers.
Yeah, it does really well to win a corner there. He mishits his volley, which obviously is disappointing, but doesn't let his head drop. Immediately looking for that second ball. Gets to it first, wins the corner. It's good work from him.
Yeah, Phillips had that earlier chance. He has had a goal in his career, but not this season. So
looks like the same or a similar group of a lot of substitutes are warming up right now. I see the Cowdrey almost has his moment.
Big to Cowdrey. Came on him probably quicker than I think he expected. But, wow, that was a decent effort. You could hear it come off his head from here. But would have been his first career goal if he pulled it off. The man who's played for Three Bridges FC in the Isthmian League. With his endurance athlete parents, so he can run. He can keep going with those genes. Ultra marathons and Ironman triathlons between his parents. Good defensive work there from Dylan Christian.
Great switch, great touch as well.
Beautiful control off the chest. It's such a hard skill. Ball has gone out. There'll be a throw-in. And Dylan Christian with that defensive work. He has a family member who is a singer who is Grammy nominated. But that's all I could find out. So, like, I tried. I tried real hard to dig for who that was. No idea. No idea.
Grammy nominated somewhere.
Someone. It was someone. They're a singer. That's all I got. Challenge is his last name's Christian, so that could be anybody.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people.
There's a lot of Christians.
So,
Christians
you know,
out there.
who knows? But there's your fun facts of the game for McMurray. That was in his McMurray profile. I didn't have to dig for that bit. I just couldn't find who it was. Yeah, Phillips just was offside when the ball came back on. That's why he didn't run for it. If you're wondering why that effort suddenly went away, because he's been putting in the yards. We don't get to see the data. That I'm sure McMurray is wearing some trackers to tell us how far they're running. But we don't get to see that, so we have no idea.
That's brilliant hold-up play from Hunter Kane there, and now Trinity have a chance. Oh,
cleared away. Good run. Good work, too, because it looked like he was off balance the entire time he was controlling that ball. Really good work.
it's an interesting one. Cowdrey's got the long throw right now, which I feel like you'd want him in there for the long throw. He can't do both.
Exactly. Yeah, you'd want. That's a guy you want in the box with his height. Ethan Cowdrey, 6'7". The man from Crawley.
I remember last year in preseason getting trotted on by him in a session, and that was not fun. One of the most painful studs I've ever felt.
Oh, it's a penalty. I want to get another look at it.
Yeah.
I did see him go down, but I wasn't sure.
We didn't have a great angle from here.
Like we was looking through a sea of players. We'll have another look here. Ball comes in. He's in the box. Yeah. I mean, you can't block somebody like that.
Yeah, and look, Hunter Kane there. Sometimes you say maybe he's in a tough position. You don't need to foul, but if he cuts it back in that angle there, he's putting it back across goal. Suko's crashing there. It's a really dangerous opportunity for Trinity, and they've converted it into a penalty kick, and Hunter Kane can take that lead in the
can
top
take
goal
the golden
scorer.
boot race here, Hunter Kane.
Adam Knutson watching on with great interest.
I'm sure Knutson's going to rip off his vest to get ready to come on if this goes in. Hunter Kane to take it.
Wow.
Well taken. Just gets the power on it, up the middle. And that's 2 for Trinity. But, that's a frustrating way to go down if you're McMurray. To concede another.
It's a great pen.
That's a really good penalty. Take it high at where the keeper's head is. There was a Italian player, and I can't for the life of me remember who said it. But he said, I take my penalties as hard as I can, aiming right at the goalkeeper's head, because either I'm going to score or I'm going to take off the goalkeeper's head. That was the tactic there. Worked out. And so there it is. Hunter Kane with the golden boot lead for the Tigers. I'm looking over to see if Knutson's really... There he is, actually.
He's smiling.
He's got a
having
smile on
a
his
laugh.
face. He's ready.
He was already in that warm-up. They were getting ready. He was already
He's
starting to come on.
He's stepping that up. You could see it in his face. And now the foul going the other way again. Similar sort of call almost. He's just kind of leaned in, got him. Free kick the other way. To Hunter Kane, now goes to 23 career goals, 8 on the season. That gives him the Trinity Golden Boot lead. Taking a penalty like one of his favourite players, Didier Drogba. Of course, the Phoenix Rising legend, Didier Drogba. Oh, and here comes that change. Here it comes. Offside is Will Powell again. That one's a little frustrating because he's looking up the line as he receives the ball. He knows he's offside. So Knutson getting ready to come on. He's going to be hungry. He wants that golden boot back. You can't have two because, right and left feet. So, Goes out for a McMurray throw. Half an hour to play here. Trinity now with a 2-0 lead thanks to the penalty. One of those things, he reached in, cut across, made contact. That's a penalty. No yellow, no red, just a foul. That's okay. So throw in for McMurray just in the attacking third. Oh, that's a beautiful flick over the top. Good chance here for McMurray, actually, to build something up. But claimed by Lynch. That was a decent opportunity to build something there for the Warhawks. Rocco Guevara working hard there. And now the Tigers back on the ball. So Ramirez. Doing a lot here, Ramirez. Powell wants it. He's in his own half. Can't be offside.
The ball stood up a little bit too
really
much,
did.
but
Controlled it beautifully, though, again. He's been bringing the ball down well.
yeah, McMurray backed off him way too much there. Let him take that touch under no pressure at all. Offside.
Offside, though, so that goal won't count. Referee, assistant did have his flag up very quickly on it.
And the coaching staff, though, giving same feedback that I'm giving them right now, that Will Powell, that ball lofted up. It was coming for so long as a defender. You've got to put a pressure on him. You let him have all the
Yeah,
time in the
just
world to
free
bring
touch.
it down. He's gonna do it pretty consistently. You got to put him under some kind of pressure, and they had plenty of time to do it. When that ball originally went in, that was my first instinct. I thought, wow, Powell's going to have to bring this down under a lot of pressure. And again, he's got all this space.
Well, and then that's the other thing. They didn't put the pressure on him at either opportunity. They didn't put the pressure on him when the ball hung in the air,
Nope.
nor
Right
when he
after the
started
touch,
running a
yeah.
goal. He just ran clean through a goal and then was able to get that pass away. The man was offside, but still. Yeah, Trinity seemed to be appealing for a foul there, but he just really slipped on his own feet. You could see the dust kick up. Good ball out here for Powell. Stands his man up, gets inside him. Into the box now. Cleared away. Not far enough. Beautiful shot, but it's come off the bar. Oh, that was almost a perfectly placed shot from Jason Suko. We're going to get another look at this from a different angle here. Really good work from Powell. A little off balance, cut back.
And that run from Powell is exactly why they don't want to step to him.
And then just the keeper was gone for all money. The keeper wasn't getting that. That would have been
What a hit.
3. Suko, his brothers scored him. So it's in the family genes. He scored one earlier this season too. I think from a pretty similar position too, if I remember right.
Yeah, we had such a great angle of that one as well. Just saw the path of the ball, thought it was going to nestle in that
Really
top corner.
thought it was going to duck down enough. Transferred in from Loyola. He was a high school All-American when he was playing at Reagan here in San Antonio. He played for the San Antonio FC.
Well done, Brian.
Played for the San Antonio FC Academy. He captained the academy, if I remember right. And they won a regional championship. I ended up, I think he's not going to remember this. I ended up stuck on a flight. He was stuck on a flight next to me, flying to Tampa back when I was working for USL HQ. We had the same flight to Tampa I was living in Tampa, but we had the same flight back to Tampa for a USL youth tournament that he was playing in. Headed away now. Perryman making a run.
And Kane's got pace. He's going to
Kane's
turn it
there.
on at some
There
point. There he goes.
Through balls there. Appeal for offside. Was a fascinating appeal to appeal for offside while he's still behind you.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating arm up in the air rather than defend. Because you saw him come behind you. You knew he was on.
And Kane did so well there, though, to delay his run, wait for the opening, wait for Perryman to have a look up, wait for him to drop his head, to know that he was going to play that ball. He waited till the exact right moment.
Yeah, really good run there from Kane. Didn't quite come off, just kind of ran out of space on the pitch. He's having a great season, so now 8 goals in the season. He could have opened up some space on that golden boot race too.
Yeah. With Knutson on the field as well.
Too. That was an opportunity. Good ball forward.
It was a great ball forward.
Header just kind of got around it the wrong way. I
Yeah.
think if he attacked it on the other side, you'd be looking at 2-1 there. So
that
that's
would have been a hard
unfortunate.
one, though, to get that
Yeah.
much power on because it was lofted so much.
Yeah, Pedro Yanez with that one. Hasn't had a goal yet in his first season. First-year player from McAllen. But he's very pacey, and that really showed there. He's a quick player. He was the district MVP for his district in high school this year. He's already started 5 games, so this is his... Didn't start this one, but he started 5 games already this season as a first-year player. But golden opportunity there for McMurry to make it 2-1. 2-1, very different game to 2-0. Yeah, went down a little easily there. That's going to be a throw-in for the Warhawks. Going down the line. Cowdrey doesn't let them turn, and he, on top of that, wins the throw for the Tigers.
Ty Jarrett getting ready to come on.
Yeah, he's been having some good runs of minutes lately. Played forward, but cut out well.
Can see his roommate over in the stands. Ty Jarrett's roommate getting a little excited to see him come in. Braden Shuey as well. Gonna make an appearance.
So a throw in for the Tigers, so they'll make that change. Jarrett and Shuey coming in. Looks like Ramirez coming off. And someone else, Cowdrey.
Yeah, I think the Ramirez sub for Shuey is again an attacking one, because Ramirez really picks up that role of dropping between the two center backs. Shuey doesn't do it as much. He likes to stay a little bit further forward. So I think it's a statement of intent that Trinity want to go get some more.
Oh, that almost fell really favorably there for the Tigers. Head away by Chandler. Yeah, it means Chandler's going to have to do a lot more of that covering work that we just saw. And Stroll Powell just out of reach of Powell. Worked hard. 5'7" Powell, so his leg reach not as long as some of the others. I say that like I'm not also 5'7". But the ball in from McMurray right at the keeper. Again, Rocco Guevara been doing a lot since he's been on. Didn't start today. Tigers just trying to wait for something to open up. Rule makes a run. Powell makes a call. I don't think they're going to hear him from this far away.
No, but he's making a good call. He wants them to open up and try and switch. And they get the switch there.
He stayed on. But the ball just kind of running away from him.
He's won a throw.
Did win a throw. I would have liked to see McMurray actually play that more calmly. Like, they had three there. Powell was the only Trinity player that was a threat, and he still won the throw. McMurray, I think, more panicked than they needed to be. That's a beautiful turn from Perryman. Nutmegged his defender, but runs out for a goal kick.
Yeah, him and Will Powell just not on the same page there, but to Will Powell's point just a moment ago, he wants his team to open up. Ty Jarrett and JC Rule kind of combined a few times back and forth there, and he's telling them to open up. What he means there is he wants Rule to kind of open his hips and look to the far side. The problem was there, the positioning of McMurray's attacking player was right on that hip of JC Rule. It didn't give him the option to turn there. So Rule either has to drop or he needs a midfielder to show for him a little bit better in midfield there.
The substitution coming here for McMurray. It's going to be Gavin Stella coming on. Has a 5-minute mile. As he comes on, played South Texas ODP. He's ostensibly a number 10, but he can play on the wing. And I think they're putting him in as the 10, though. Switch again from the Tigers to open up some space. It's a big pitch here at Paul McGinley Field. Good footwork. Goes to ground. Referee says no, but he kept the ball at his feet. It's off the post and it falls right into the arms of the keeper. Oh, that is good fortune for Brandon Walker. We're going to get another look at this. He does so well to keep at it. That is a beautiful shot.
He gets a touch to it.
He got enough of a touch on it. You know what? That wasn't good fortune. That was good goalkeeping.
Got just enough.
Got enough on it. That's all you got to do, baby. Get enough on it as a goalkeeper. If he doesn't get that touch, it's in the back of the net. Comes off the post right into his arms. Great goalkeeping.
Luke Mayfield gonna relieve Will Powell here.
Mayfield in for Powell. He's got to do that weird thing where he puts one foot in play, which he did. Because you're not a substitute until you cross the white line, so you can't take the throw. Kane determined, double teamed out of it. Getting physical. Going to be a throw for the Tigers, though. Mayfield throws it on, wins another throw. Territorial gain here. Just working down the pitch. Thrown in again. Oh, it's gotten over the defender.
I don't think Donnelly expected
Yeah,
it
he
to,
was
though.
not. And just kind of allowed them to clear in the end, but that could have been real dangerous for Trinity. Could have been a real big opportunity for Donnelly. Didn't quite come off. So a throw in here. Mayfield. Down the line, he grunts with the effort on that one. It was a long throw. Went about a quarter the length of the pitch. Pressure on the keeper from Kane. He wants to get those 2 goals clear in the Golden Boot race. He wants to get a goal in general play because you know that Knutsen's going to be like, yeah, but that was a penalty, so we're still level. Ball's long from McMurray. I'm pretty sure he's offside. Wouldn't matter anyway, although could have been a nervy bounce there for a second. Josh Lynch realised that could have been a bit of a nervous bounce and stepped back a couple steps to claim it.
And look, that's harder than you may think. In a state quarterfinal game my senior year, we got scored on by the other team's goalkeeper because their goalkeeper putted it so far it bounced in our box. That's where it landed, and then it bounced over our goalkeeper's head. Luckily, there was a center back who got up and got a game-tying assist with like no time left to send it to overtime, and we won there. So
It's the dream as a goalkeeper getting on the score sheet. You love it.
they lost though. We beat them in overtime.
Goalkeeper goals should count double.
It was his second of the season as well, apparently.
Wow, he'd done it before.
Yeah.
We had one game here a few years ago. It might have even been an NCAA tournament in the women's, where one of the players for the women scored a brace of Olympicos, and I called it. And the coach turns to me after I call it because it was the visiting team, and we're sitting right next to the visiting team, and he comes up and he goes, yeah, she scored a hat-trick at those earlier this season. So she scored at least 5 Olympicos in one season. But yeah, she trains for it. I'm like, all right. I mean, if you've got the skill to do it. I do have a friend who's a goalkeeper who has an A-League goal. Mark Bosnich has an international goal as a goalkeeper. Scored a penalty for the Socceroos in an Oceania game.
And from McMurray, number 6, Carter.
There was that goalkeeper for Sao Paulo who used to take all their set pieces. He's the highest scoring goalkeeper in world football history. And you think, oh, that's not that big achievement. It's something like 80. He's got
he did score a
ton of
decent
goals.
amount. Like it was a good amount of goals.
I, as a goalkeeper, have 0 goals, so you know. That's average, though. That's the average. I guess technically the average can't be 0 because some goalkeepers score goals.
Alison Becker has a goal for Liverpool.
He does. Great run from Perryman. They've just let him keep going. Good defensive recovery, though, but it falls out. Edge of the area. Blocked. Shui. Oh, we're going to stop here.
Yeah. It's the goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper. He's copped something. Yeah, you can't have...
When it's the goalkeeper, you got to let
yeah,
play
you got to
stop.
let play stop to deal with the goalkeeper. I'm trying to see. Like, I know there's a reserve goalkeeper on the sheet, but I'm trying to see.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
if
anybody's
there's a reserve
dressed
goalkeeper
for
dressed.
that. Yeah.
Doesn't look like there is. So hopefully for McMurray, he's okay. Hopefully from a human perspective, he's okay.
Yeah.
They do have some reserve goalkeepers on their team squad listing, but I don't know if anyone's dressed as reserve goalkeepers. We've got Jonathan Garcia, first-year goalkeeper out of Irving. Carson Burkhalter, first-year goalkeeper out of Sugarland. They've both played this year. I'm just trying to see if they have anybody else as a goalkeeper. No, just those 2, both first-year players, but I don't see, looking over my shoulder, I don't see any for second goalkeeper dressed for McMurray, so that
It's a bit
would
concerning.
be a concern if he can't keep going. Gonna have to put an outfield player in. Seen it before though. believe it was Jack McMath for LA Galaxy came on as an outfield goalkeeper in a game in the MLS. The starting goalkeeper got injured. The reserve goalkeeper got a red card. And so that's it. You're done. Jack McMath came on, kept a... Oh, yeah, there it is.
I think he crashes into a teammate and then into the post.
Yeah, his arm's certainly going to hurt after that one. Is he staying on? I think well, yeah, he's going to stay on.
He's a tough guy. It's not an easy thing to do.
So, I mean, it's one of those things you have to do as a keeper. Like, often as a keeper,
Yeah.
it's you, and that's it. Like, most teams, you don't have backups. And
the post can do a lot of damage, though.
So, I've seen some terrible things happen to goalkeepers. That, on the scheme of things,
No,
not that bad.
Yeah. And I saw a similar situation once where a goalkeeper got his thumb caught doing the same thing, and it just...
Yep. No, I had a friend who got his face smashed, was coming in, sliding in, got kicked in the face. Had to be airlifted to hospital. It was that bad.
Wow.
Saw a goalkeeper completely shatter his tibia.
Yeah.
In a game, it's rough.
There's a reason we give goalkeepers so much credit when they come out and they be brave and they go claim a ball. We say it every single time. Good on them for being brave, right? There's a reason why, and it's because it's not an easy thing to do. It's a scary position to play.
So, possession gets underway with the drop ball. Back with the Tigers. Under no obligation to kick that away. They had the ball. They're just getting the ball back where they had it. I think that's a fair restart. Instraw. Back for rule. So all 10 outfield players in the McMurray half. So now you wonder if he's going to be tender and you try and shoot in early. And I know Knutson likes a shot from distance. And he's going to want a goal. So we'll see if they put pressure on him. They were signaling for the switch.
Chandler
wanted it. He was making a rampaging run up the right. Beautiful one-touch football here from the Tigers. Swung in.
Great ball.
Just couldn't turn around there. There's the shot, though. Over the bar for a conversion.
It's good.
Fortunately, it's not worth any points in soccer. We'll have another look at the effort here.
Oh, Knutson making way after that, though.
That might be it.
It might be it for the day.
It might not be the Golden Boot lead for Knutson. It's going to stay with Kane as he heads off.
Kane could still add to it. Still on the field.
Kane could still add to his Golden Boot lead.
You got to wonder if maybe Adam Knutson's dealing with a little bit of an injury.
That may be.
A little bit of something. Or just some fatigue.
Because he has started a lot this season.
I can't remember a game.
He started all 8 games. So
until today.
So this was the first game he didn't start. So it could be an injury. It could just be load management. Season's long.
It's true. It's true.
And there's some big games coming up for the Tigers.
Top of the 6 is the call from the McMurray bench. You just want to loft it up. That's where they want their players to be making contact with it. Be a great spot if he could get it to drop right there. Just might.
Claimed
well. Bit much.
Yeah, just a little too much on it. Claimed easily.
Dugan with a bit of space here.
Plays it out for Rule. Mayfield's an option. Wide right too. Switch a little slower than they'd have liked. So Mayfield's going to have to come back and gather it in.
Yeah, that's been the one thing, a note for me today. Trinity have had a lot of space for the switch consistently, and yet they've been a little stubborn in going down the same side pretty consistently, not looking to go backward and switch.
Right as you say that.
Yeah.
There's the switch from Minstrel. Came out of that. No, he was looking for that foul much too early. Anderson goes long. That's a beautiful ball. This is someone that's going to have the pace that could challenge John Connor Rule, you know?
Yeah, and it was the uncommon condition of catching J.C. Rule flat-footed.
Yep.
He wasn't expecting it. As a defender, that's not where you want to be. It's hard to turn from a flat-footed stance facing the ball. If that ball had a little bit more loft in it in behind, it could have been dangerous, but it just held up a little bit.
Yeah, I think it went wider than
Yeah.
was really needed. Like, good ball, but just caught a little too wide, which allowed Rule to recover.
Yeah. You don't want to give J.C. Rule any chance to recover because with his speed and work effort, he's going to.
Then Anderson goes to ground, wins the foul. Instraw coming out right for Mayfield. Mayfield looking to beat his man. Blocked. Out for a throw for McMurray. So well won there by the Warhawks. Flicked on Instraw. Mayfield to Instraw. Keeps his feet well there. Rule on the ball. Call was no shift. They switch it out to the left though, to the Tigers. Dugan found Instraw. There's a switch again now for Mayfield. Perryman. Oh, he got past one, got past the second. That was a dangerous slide. We've already seen a penalty today.
Wow. What a touch.
Beautiful work there to get around his man. Instraw gets stuck in but can't quite get the ball. It was good work from McMurray. Mayfield again on the right. Sells out his defender. Can't beat the second, but it'll go out for a corner unless he chooses to keep it in, which he doesn't. So, corner kick here for the Tigers with 10 minutes to play. Trinity 2, McMurray 0.
Luke Mayfield having a little bit of fun down that right wing right there.
Yeah, he was enjoying that.
2 in a row.
Will Robertson comes in. Sophomore from Kerrville, played at Tivy.
I've got an interview with Coach McGinley and his player of the game after the game for the Trinitonian. And I'm interested to find out who he's going to pick.
You'll tell us before the women's game.
I will. I'll let everybody know.
There's
so
the tease for you. Stay tuned for the women's game.
I'll tell you who Coach McGinley thought was his player of the game.
Wide right. Good run here. Has a go. Headed away. Instraw gets on it. Here's the thing. You could just always make it John Connor Rule because he puts in such a shift.
Could always make it.
Doesn't get a lot of the attention. But
can always give it to a goal scorer as well. That's the easy cop-out answer.
And there was only one in general play at the moment. So that would be an easy choice.
Luke Mayfield.
Or you give it to Shuey with the assist.
You could do that as well.
It was a good header. Or you give it to Knudsen for the throw. But he probably didn't play enough minutes. Swung across. Oh, somehow stays out.
That's an unreal save.
Incredible stuff. In the end, it's a foul.
If that, I don't know if that was a save. To be honest, it could have been a defender.
I think he might have got a touch on it and then onto the post. We're gonna have another look at it. Yeah, that's a save. Beautiful save. And he did really well too, because he's not just reaching out with his arm. He gets his whole body, makes his body as big as he can.
He's just getting big, making it difficult for Will Robinson there. It's a great little flick from Will Robinson. Sometimes those can catch the goalkeeper off guard just because of how tight an angle it is. You might not be expecting the shot to be as well placed as that was from Will Robinson, but got there, got big, and I guess the injury not really playing too much of an impact on him right now.
It was danger, Will Robinson, but it was well dealt with defensively by the keeper. Did really well. Instraw goes over the top, finds Robertson. That was the call from the coaching staff, was Will Robertson. Sends it over the top. Found him, goes out for a throw for McMurray. 8-ish minutes to play here. 2-0 Tigers over the Warhawks. Throw in for the Tigers. Control Mayfield. given some space to cut in, so he takes it. Essentially for Dugan. Turns, looks up, finds Mayfield, who almost could have gone himself there. He had so much space. Perryman for Mayfield, goes far post. It's going to go all the way. Big switch across the face of goal. Dugan into the middle. Instraw has a go. It's taken a deflection. It's going to be a corner. Needed that deflection. That was going to be on target.
The space just opened up for him on the top of the box there. Great defending to get a foot in front.
Yeah, keeper was a little late on it too, so needed that deflection, I think, because if that was on target, that was in. Samuel Tice comes back in for the Tigers. Diego Aldama coming in for McMurray. And also coming in for the Warhawks was Jordan Katende, born in Democratic Republic of the Congo. Short corner to Thice. Played it back. This is that short corner routine that we've seen a lot this season from the Tigers. Thice sends it in. Keeper comes there. Didn't get convincing control of it at first, but then manages to cover up.
It's an interesting one that time. A little different than they've done it before.
That was a beautiful cut in from Thice.
How nobody gets a touch while it's rolling on its path to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think the keeper just got enough of his body in the way. Will Robertson was probably worried about giving away a foul there that could have led to a card. That would have been a harsh card in my opinion. Out for a throw for McMurray. Throw in. Dugan really tried to get that ball sent long, but just too long from the Warhawks. Goes all the way to Lynch. Sets up Rule. Yeah, this is Lynch's second start in a row. He's done well when he's been called upon after falling out of the team. I believe Satpathy's carrying a knock that's keeping him out. Anderson. Just out of reach there, giving the Warhawks a chance here. Katunde fighting for it. Well, sent along the line. Anderson's going to try and run for it. He's going to be beaten by the sideline. So a throw for McMurray. McMurray's still eager to get back into this. There's time. 5 minutes. Dugan maybe just hurt himself on that one. One of those ones where both players go in for the ball and they jam their ankles when they both hit the ball at the same time. Throw in for the Tigers, Perryman. Controls off his thigh. Yeah, just Anderson a little too physical there. He's given away a few fouls. He could be in danger of picking up a persistent yellow. Guess there's been enough time between them, but I would venture most of the fouls against Trinity have come from Anderson. McMurray going to look to send this long, you'd imagine. With 4.5 minutes to play, it's exactly what they do, over the top. But can't beat Shuey, who heads it down. Mayfield look to head it on. It's going to be a throw for McMurray. They're going to try and play it quick. But Trinity cover well enough to slow it down. Put in for Katende. Throw for Trinity is the decision. Taking their time about it. Waiting for the options is Mayfield. Anderson played it on, looking for Perryman. Dealt with by the Warhawks, but it's back with the Tigers. Free kick for McMurray. So this is a good opportunity for McMurray to maybe swing it in. Probably going to try and drop it into the 6-yard box or thereabouts. Trinity playing a high line, though, right on the edge of the area. Stops them camping someone out there, although they are still camping someone out there. Looks like Obi Martinez.
Yeah, so I think what they want to do is head it back across to him unmarked if they can.
Although he's now run into Beamer.
Yeah.
Cleared away by the Tigers. That was certainly the idea, though.
Yeah, just not the right ball for it.
Will Robinson, it just came off his back, so he had to play it back. Otherwise, he was clean through. John Connor Rule, who might end up playing a full 90 tonight. I don't think he came off in the first half, did he?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't come off much. I mean, it wouldn't be the first full 90 he's played this year, I don't think. He's an engine. You don't take your captain off very much.
He's played, coming into today, he played 648 minutes this season.
Have you checked? Do you know how close he is to an appearance record or a minutes record?
I haven't been able to find his total minutes for Trinity is 5,436 coming into this one. This is his 76th appearance. I do have someone I can ask in at halftime what the Trinity appearance record is. There are some players last season that had a lot of appearances, so.
True, that is true.
So it's out for a corner. 2 minutes to go here. Trinity 2-0 up. And so McMurry making some late changes potentially. There's a header across the face.
It's still in.
It stayed in. Perryman's header just bounced off of Robertson and stayed in. Anderson looks for Rule, headed down.
He's
cleared away. Has a go, but there's a lot of bodies in the way. That's cleared away by McMurray. It's a throw for Trinity. Turns for Robertson. Saved. Great save from the keeper. Puts it out for a corner. Oh, no, not a corner. It came off the post. So, goal kick. Those changes come. Stephen Phillips and Sotelo coming in for McMurray to finish this one off. 2-0, fairly comfortable for Trinity, though I'm certain they would have liked a more convincing scoreline in this one. Sent long. Very physical fight for this possession. Perryman tries to get around. Cleared away. It's going to go all the way down. Lynch will have it. We're about to hit the last 10 seconds of the match. So a comfortable 2-0 win, but yeah, Scott, you think Trinity would have liked a bigger margin tonight?
Yeah, I definitely think so. Although they really close to getting a third there at the end. Just a few seconds maybe behind doing that. But yeah, no, I think they always want to score more. You talked about before the game, you know, they're ranked very high. In terms of their offensive, what's the metric called, or the company that does it?
Oh yeah, they're the Massey ratings.
Massey
they're the
ratings.
number one offense.
Yeah, so
Massey ratings.
you obviously you want to play like it, you want to be that best offense, but I think it's a performance. You get the win. That's what really matters, and in the end, there won't be too many complaints.
There's that opener. The header across the face allows for an easy head in, and then the penalty to make it 2. That's where we finished. 2-0 for the Tigers. They get that win. It keeps them rolling on the season. 18 shots to 4, 5 of them on target to 2 saves to 3, 12 fouls. Trinity certainly gave away some more fouls here. In the second half, 4 offsides to 1, 18 corners is the big stat. But that is it for the men's game. We've got the women's game coming up in about half an hour, and then we'll be done for the day. But it's the women versus McMurray at 7:30. So we will see you then. Hope you stick with us for that women's game. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you in about half an hour for the women.